guys, it's your old pal Brian. It is Sunday, February 25th, and uncharacteristically of me, I'm going to slip down to the lake and do a fly. I see my neighbor's
0 volts.
2 black labs out running around right now. Luckily, I just hand launched this thing. I think they're both skittish. I hadn't seen them in a year. Beautiful day. The front has passed. Light wind. Couldn't stand not slipping down to the lake. There's no prohibition about me coming down here. I just generally don't on the weekends because they're so kind to let me come down here. I didn't want to, frankly, interrupt their time. But you know, why not every now and again? What's new? Day 2 of dog sitting the dogs. You do not get to sleep in the middle of the night. They think it's a good idea to get up and play.
0 volts.
Today, though, we got to sleep until 4 a.m. before the party started. Finally, I got up at 5. That's crazy. What is this? Oh, they took out that shed. Holy crap. Yeah, that shed died. And that may be a bit of a problem for me because I need a panel. Good morning. The shed's gone.
0 volts.
I need to borrow a paddle and a life preserver every now and again. So I have my own. That means I'd need to walk back out to the house unless I can figure out what they did with them. But hell yeah, that shed's gone. That's awesome. That thing was way too close as I'm driving the truck through here. Yeah, must have a 5-mile-an-hour wind here is what we got. So yeah, I put my new ESC in and the brake is off, which is mildly annoying to me because I don't have the $12 programming card and I'm probably not going to get it. Although I could reteach myself how to program by the radio. That's telling. What's that about?
Battery critical.
There we go.
Low battery. 9.
I'd flooded the... And that actually kind of...
Telemetry lost.
Hearing the last tone, I didn't realize this. The reason I didn't hear tones before
Telemetry lost.
was because...
RSSI critical.
yes,
Telemetry
I know
recovered.
I'm flooding you. Was because
12.5 volts.
the brakes were off.
RSSI critical.
My last one came with a brake. I say the brakes are, or the brake is off on one of the ESCs.
Telemetry lost. Battery critical. Low battery. 9. Telemetry recovered.
There we go. It's flooding my transmitter or receiver. But this thing flew yesterday.
12.5 volts.
And I'm going to whip it up today and see how it goes. The dogs must be on the front. Such a nice fella. Kip and Maggie.
Throttle active. Throttle active.
Yeah, a little windy, but it's pointing in the right direction. You got a fire somewhere. Yeah, I think I can program. Taking off.
12.5 volts. Battery critical. Low battery.
Not
9.
true. Yeah, I think I can program this thing by radio. Basically what I did was I hooked the 2 ESCs in parallel, and in doing so, I say in series or in parallel or together somehow is how I did these. So I kind of
12.1 volts.
and then I pulled I guess you pull one of the negative lines off of it, so it or positive lines off of it, so it doesn't have some kind of bizarre ass feedback that screws with your ESC. So I'd have to kind of get in there and bang around a bit to see if I can get it into programming mode, and I'm not real jazzed about that. If it flies just fine.
11.9 volts.
I think my pal Captain Crunch is laughing about one of them that had a dog ear and one of them that didn't. I have 2 old programming cards in my
11.9 volts.
kit from years ago, and I plugged in batteries to them, and they simply didn't work. I don't know what's up with that. They didn't turn on. I mean, how the hell do you kill a programming card? I mean, they may not light up unless you have the correct ESC in them, but I figured it'd power on. I don't know. I not know.
11.7 volts.
As my son used to say when he was a kid. Keith, why'd you fill in the blank? He goes, I not know, Daddy. Speaking of which, those kids are still down at in Fort Lauderdale for the weekend. They're probably just waking up. My son and his wife, they actually take it's not a bullet train, but it's tantamount to one. And
11.6 volts.
head down to Fort Lauderdale. It's not really cheap, but at least you don't have to drive, and you can Uber from there to wherever it is you're going. But with that said, yeah, the kids are doing that today. So we got their dogs, and it might be tomorrow. Might end up with one more day that we get to watch the dogs. 4 a.m. Holy crap! Just
11.3 volts.
literally like a barrel full of monkeys. It's driving me crazy. Yeah, by now the ESC would have died because I'm running it, high throttle. So must have corrected my problem. I'm pleased that the rowdies enjoyed my piffle or flights or both. That's always neat.
11.2 volts.
I do, as I, and I've discussed it rather frequently here of late. I generally don't talk about my birthdays, but it is monumental that I've made 60 freaking years on this planet. Holy crap, how did that happen? If you only knew. But I discussed this with Captain Crunch the other day. We all have crazy ass stories, Every one of us, even the most
11.2 volts.
Even the most sedate among us have just insane stories of things that they did that you'd never believe. But I did 30 years carrying a gun in one of the most dangerous jobs you can ever imagine, a conservation officer. I work by myself in the middle of nowhere, and everybody's got a firearm. This ain't Canada. And holy crap, I lived. And I'm just shocked. There it is right there. You see it? It's a windmilling. It's hilarious. It doesn't bother it. It would be a hassle, really, to go in and figure out how to freaking program that thing, but I could do it. Yeah. Because that asymmetry is driving people like me just a little cray-cray. Just a little cray-cray. Don't have anything planned today other than chasing dogs. It's funny, I get out and I fly like this, and then I come in and it takes an hour to get the thing edited, air quotes. Yeah, by now it would have killed it. So that other ESC just died over time. I'd murdered it.
30 seconds.
Prop Gear, it's always fun to see you check in with me. And I think it is. I think it's going to be the crack pits next year, or at the end of this season.
20
I'd
seconds.
buy myself stuff for Christmas, and I'd get off on deferred gratitude by not buying anything until then, because I got more stuff. I have
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Timer 1 elapsed.
I have not
11.2 volts.
flown all my stuff this season, and I don't know that I will. I've got a note to myself. The late great Don Lowe, who died just shy of 100 from our club, he was an amazing human being and did a bunch of cool stuff, and I was pleased to have known him. He is going to be memorialized out at our flying club on the 27th, so I need to make sure I get out there for that. That's next week. Like what, Tuesday?
11.1 volts.
Yeah, need to get out there for that. I see we have a fire out here. They do controlled burns this time of year. And we have a fire because you can see smoke. You'll see that from the air as well. But yeah, I get home, edit my videos. Oh shoot, it's lunchtime by then. So what I do is
11.2 volts.
here it is. It's windmilling. Is that the new one or the old one? That's the one that has the brake on, right? Can't remember. I hear the rooster in the distance.
11 volts.
Try to get her up high. That's 100 feet. That's a little less than. I don't want to lose sight of the thing. 110 feet, 120. And an airplane's coming, so let's get out of his space. You want to do another battery? Let's do another battery. I don't know if I have anything to blather about any further, but let's do this again. Yeah, enjoyed my, that's
Throttle hold. Throttle hold. Throttle active. Throttle
yeah, the
active.
brake is on the left.
Volts.
It's just funny. I think I can do this right here.
RSSI critical. Battery critical. Low
No,
battery.
it's
9.
not. No, it's not. Battery is not critical.
Telemetry lost.
The telemetry is lost, though.
Telemetry recovered.
The telemetry is recovered, though.
11.1 volts.
Oh, we got more than that, I assure you. Alrighty. That was foolish.
Throttle hold. Throttle hold. Throttle active. Throttle active.
Taking off.
12.4 volts.
There we go. Handling that thing without my damn throttle hold on. That's a rarity for me.
Volts.
Real pretty day for people to be flying, even with the haze. So yeah, I got my plane back. I mean, it's pretty easy. Either it's going to be the motor or the ESC, and And it turned out it was the ESC. And we'll see if I feel ambitious this afternoon. It wouldn't be a lot of surgery to try to reprogram this via the radio. If I can. Might not be able to do that. Yeah, I've got the G2 version of this, and I can order the programming card if I need it. The Beatles version, that's what it says, Beatles, is like $10. But I do remember teaching myself one day using my radio, listening to the beeps about the programming modes. So we'll see if I can, I'll look up the manual of this thing and see if that's possible. I don't know why they would do that. Send it with a brake off. Or frankly, the brakes on. The other ones had the brakes on.
volts.
Yeah, I plugged the old ESC into one of my programming cards along with the power source. Nothing. I need to make certain that my batteries are charged. My servo battery testers. My 6.6 volt testers. That would be the thing to do. Make sure that damn thing's actually working. Okay, it's hilarious.
Volts.
It's funny that the fuselage is a giant empty cavity, and as such, it resonates. Look at that. So yeah, the brake is on the left and the non-brake is on the right. But it doesn't screw with it. It's hilarious. Yeah, my eyes are getting old. I started this flying down the lake a decade and a half ago, and I could see all the way over there. By the way, it's I wish I could remember the exact distance, but the lake is the size of my flying club, the entirety of the lake, which is about 64 acres, and I think that's 200 feet or a little less than 200 feet to the opposite shore over there in the distance where the old water tower is. And I used to be able to see all the way out there, but not so much these days. The right eye getting right eye kind of dying.
11.1 volts.
Kind of dying. Yeah, you gotta stay above the tree line so you can see your aircraft. The right eye's not dying, it just has, ooh, let's stay out of there. We did that before. Holy crapola. It has cataracts, as I've discussed previously. Yeah, I do not want to have to go get my life preserver and a paddle quite yet. But yeah, in review, having a puppy party today. Still, watching the dogs. They're a wonderful hassle. The ESC obviously is working. This thing's no longer dying in the air. That's why I never did lose power. One of the two ESCs is dying, and landing.
11.2 volts. Throttle home.
Holy crap, this is just entirely too much fun. We're going to leave this thing plugged in on the way to the house. That way I don't have to dick around with the battery. And you can walk back with me. But yeah, in review, birthday's coming up. Monumental, 60. That's amazing to me. I don't feel bad. When I look in the mirror, I'm like, who in the hell is that guy? But, you know, that's what we all do.
3 volts.
Maybe try to reprogram this ESC, the old one actually, to take the brake off. I prefer it to windmill. The shed's gone. That's going to make it a whole lot easier. Pulling in here, I just got to figure out where the life preservers are and the paddle. But worst case is I'll just walk back to the house.
11.3 volts.
Yeah, that needed to go. Yeah, we'll talk more as I get closer to the big day. But yeah, all is well, and a super shout out to the Rowdies. I'm not far away from being one of them. And
11.3 volts.
yeah, I'd be blessed to become a rowdy. Yeah, that thing is probably full of debris. Holy crap. Those are my lovely neighbors there. I just sent her a note. Her son will be watching my house from April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November. He'll get paid to mow the yard and trim the hedges. I have a new pool guy. Last year, you'll recall, I hired a pool guy and he worked exactly 3 weeks and then quit and turned my pool into an actual frog pond. Spring by date is only some days away, and Florida did not get that memo 6 weeks ago, so the plants are flowering and birds are singing. Yeah, it's kind of funny. I popped my dent out the other day with one of them Amazon dent pullers. It worked a treat.
11.3 volts.
Me and my buddy, he banged his truck the other day, and we both agreed that it's a truck and you just had to put up with it. Which is code for I am not real interested in leaving that thing dented forever, so I might fix it in Maine. I don't know. All right, boys, that's all the stuff that's worth knowing. I hope you all have a magnificent Sunday wherever you're at, and I'll leave you with my crotons and my azaleas, spider plant, cat palm, bromeliad, what do they call that? Princess palm, camellia. Oh look, yeah, these trees are terrible. Those are invasive trees. I need to have it just cut down one day. See ya.